More Gauss-Jordan elimination, yay! So, write the augmented matrix. Uh, 3, 3, 0, 18, because there's no z listed here. Now, I want to get multiple zeros in the same column. Okay, I have multiple ways of doing this. I could try to multiply these two by the same thing and then get another zero in this column. Or I could divide this third row by 3 and then add that to the others in order to cancel things out. I'm gonna do the second one because we won't always have a zero here. So I'm gonna divide it by 3, and then once we've done that, I'm gonna add it to the other rows, multiples of it to the other rows. So if I add, let's see, what variable do I want to eliminate? We can add some positives if we do that to this column, which is the y column. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add 5 times row 3 to row 1. And that will look like 8, 0, 2, and 38. Add 5, the rest is going to stay the same. Now add 3 times it to get this to be a 0. 3 times row 3, add that to row 2 to get that to be a 0. 8, 0, 2, 38. 3 times 1 plus 1 is 4. 3 times 1 plus negative 3 is 0. 3 times 0 plus negative 5 is negative 5. 3 times 6 plus 7 is 25. Now we have a system of 2 variable equations. The first 2 make a 2 variable equation. I'm going to add negative 2 times the second one to the first one, because then that will cancel out this 8. So we have 0, 0. Negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10, plus 2 is 12. Negative 2 times 25 is negative 50, plus 38 is negative 12. The rest staying the same. Now let's divide this by 12. And we'll get 0, 0, 1, negative 1, 4, 0, negative 5, 25. Keep going. Now that we have something by itself, let's use that. Take 5 times this row and add it to there to get the z's to cancel out. Now we can divide this middle row by 4. if we multiply the second row by -1 and add it to the third row, then we'll get 0, 0, 1, -1, 1, 0, 0, 5, 0, 1, 0, 1. And that is not quite reduced row echelon form because the leading coefficient here is to the right of that one. But we can just perform the row operation of switching the rows. I'm going to be a little fancy with this and say I'm going to move row 1 to row 3 because that's where we want it. And then I'm going to move row 3 to row 2. And then I'm going to move row 2 to row 1. And that'll match up with what I want. 1, 0, 0, 5, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, -1. I just rotated the rows, moved this one up, and then this one to the bottom. So now we have that 5, 1, -1 is the solution. X equals 5, y equals 1, z equals -1. You could have read it off from this line as well. Z equals -1, x equals 5, and y equals 1.